Hello and welcome back to NewsX World and our coverage of the Pope's funeral. We are covering the live events happening in the Vatican City today after the death of Pope Francis, his processions, his ceremonies, everything. The ceremony has now been taken place in St. Peter's Square, and now the Pope's body is being moved to the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore in Rome, in accordance with his personal wishes. This decision marked a significant departure from the recent tradition, as he became the first Pope since 1903 to be buried outside of the Vatican. As you can see, his procession being heavy, with the heavy security travelling through the streets of the Vatican after his service of 200,000 people. After the Mass in St. Peter's Square, which was attended by 200,000 mourners and numerous global dignitaries, Pope Francis's coffin will be transported through the streets of Rome to the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore. The route allowed thousands of faithful to pay their final respects to the procession as the casket passes by. The significance of this place we will go through. Pope Francis has a deep devotion to the Virgin Mary and frequently visited the Santa Maria throughout his priesthood and papacy, often praying before the revered icon of the Salus Populi Romani, which means the health of the Roman people. He chose this basilica as his final resting place because it expresses that the Virgin Mary guided him to make this decision. This is obviously in line with the fact his commitment to simplicity, Pope Francis' commitment to simplicity, where he was laid to rest in a single wooden coffin, which is lined with zinc, foregoing the traditional triple coffin arrangement used for previous popes. We can see there the visuals of the procession through the streets of Rome there as he makes his way towards Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica in Rome. This burial site that the Pope has chosen not only reflects Pope Francis's personal devotion, but also his desire for a humble and accessible final resting place. Accessible is the crucial word there, resonating with his papacy emphasis on humility and closeness to the people. As you can see there, we are covering all the traditional coverage of Pope Francis's funeral. We are watching the cars as his wooden coffin is paraded through the streets of Rome, and people line the streets paying their respect to the 88-year-old late pontiff who died on Easter Monday very recently. Now we move to the next days of the 9 days of mourning called the Novem Deliales after this, where daily masses are held in St. Peter's Basilica before the next pontiff is chosen. We are once again joined by Joshua Barnes, anchor and correspondent for NewsX World. Joshua, obviously this has been a turnout, a significant turnout for the funeral of Pope Francis, as we see his coffin paraded through the streets of Rome. It's obvious to point out the sheer number of people who are in attendance, paying their final respects to see the Pope's body. What can you tell us about his work while he was alive that inspired such a presence, a magnitude of people who have attended his funeral today?
Yes, Thomas, before I do discuss the Pope and his work, I want to very quickly update you on what is happening now. Pope Francis is making his final journey. Of course, now the service has ended. He is on a 6-kilometre route over the Tiber River, heading, of course, towards the Santa Maria Maggiore Basilica, where he will be buried. Now, to give you some of the context around his movement, no people, no members of the public will be able to follow the motorcade, which includes the car that is transporting the Pope's body. However, there are tens of thousands of people expected to be currently lining the streets in Rome. There are thousands of volunteers as well who have taken the day to marshal people who are, of course, looking to pay their final respects throughout the city. Some context on his burial as well. It will take place inside of the church, which will not be open to the public, but there are already many members of the public standing outside and around the church to pay their final respect, as this final 6-kilometre journey signals the last journey of Pope Francis's life. Looking now to his work and his life, of course, focusing heavily on humanity, and it often divided people. He spoke out against world leaders, specifically the Trump administration, in recent weeks and months over the treatments of migrants. Of course, Trump looking at mass deportations as a key cornerstone of his second term in office. We also, of course, have his work with different rights, the rights, LGBTQ plus rights. Some argued he could have gone further, but of course, him speaking out set a clear precedence as well. The issue around assault.
Thank you very much for joining us. We are coming in with some more news updates. A separate motive